We want to help close the Latino wealth gap. I want to be able to help them build generational wealth. I love access to innovation because of what it stands for.
Giving access to opportunities such as training, such as financing, introductions that people would not necessarily get.
This is part of an initiative that everyone is committed to, from the CEO down.
It's meaningful work that has to be done.
My name is Beatriz Acevedo.
I'm Dave Rubin, and I'm happy to be a part of Access to Innovation.
The old Latino wealth gap. Joining me now, my buddy Dave Rubin, host of the Rubin Report. Dave, is there a Latino wealth gap? Because all the richest buddies I have are Mexican. My best buddy, he's about to buy a Lamborghini. I think it's like $218,000. All the Mexicans I know are rich.
Dude, I live in Miami. You know how many super rich Cubans are driving around in the craziest cars you have ever seen down here? By the way, on the Chiron under my name, is there any chance you could put Latino wealth gap expert or something like that? Hispanic wealth gap expert. Look, this is so endemic of everything wrong with everything right now. That bank, SVB, was not concerned with making a good return on the money that they were, that their people were depositing. They were doing all of this crazy diversity, equity, and inclusion nonsense. As a founder of a company, as you know, I started Locals a couple years ago and we ended up merging with Rumble. I never thought of my skin color as an important piece of what was going on there, and I certainly don't think my investors did either. We had a good product. We worked really hard. You lose money for a while as a startup, and then eventually, if you have a good product, good things happen. Nobody in the investing world looks at the skin color or the sexuality or the genitals of anyone building a product and is like, that's why I'm gonna or not gonna invest. What they go for is, are you doing something good, something worthwhile, and something that I can make some money on? And this endless obsession with race, that used to be something racists were obsessed with. Now apparently it's the anti-racists.
Dave, to your point, because as you pointed out, you're a successful businessman, and congratulations on that, by the way, but I don't understand. That's how I look at the world. That's how you look at the world. It would never occur to me if I'm doing anything, forget business, if I'm starting a Little League team, it would never occur to me do we have enough black people? We need more women. Who's gay? We're short on the gays. It would never occur to me to look at the world this way, yet that's how these people look at everything. What happened? Is this a childhood thing? How did this sickness grow so much?
Yeah, well, look, as Ben Shapiro has been quoted as saying once or twice, facts don't care about your feelings. And there is a generation in America right now that has grown up thinking that their feelings matter more than anything else, that it does not matter whether you are actually good at anything, whether you are competent at anything, whether you have original thoughts or anything to actually offer. What they seemingly care about is to virtue signal that they are good. And the best way you can do that as a white person is by bowing. And that for everyone else, that the age-old stuff that we had put to bed about not caring about skin color is now something that you should care about. It's nonsense. And Jesse, joking aside, the real issue here is that once this woke nonsense enters any institution, whether it's an educational institution or a government institution or any organization or company, you will slowly degrade the product. If you say to a certain set of people, we will let you into college because of your skin color, and then grad school from there, and med school from there, and then you're gonna get the job from there, et cetera, you're gonna end up with worse doctors. You are gonna end up with worse pilots. If I had a heart attack today, I would not care about the skin color of my surgeon. I would want the best surgeon. But if we then extrapolate this situation further, where we have doctors being hired by their skin color and sexuality, you will be guaranteed that you will not get the best doctor, and the best doctors will flee. They're probably all going to go to some island on Bora Bora or something, and only rich people will get to see them.
Yeah, it's why I call it the death of everything. It's just going to slowly kill everything around us. And Look, you make such a great point with the doctor. I think many people don't make that connection, though. They'll see some internet video of a group of vicious little monsters at Georgetown Law just being little communists, and they think, college kids. What they don't think about, Dave, is no, that kid, 20 years from now, he's going to be the judge presiding over your case. He's going to look at your Facebook page and say, throw the book at him. And that's how these people think, and that's how they're working their way through everything.
You know, Jesse, years ago when I was one of the first people, especially because I was a lefty at the time and I was talking about what's going on here with quashing down free speech and all of this stuff and shouting down speakers and the immaturity and not debating ideas and all of that stuff, one of the things that people would tell me all the time, usually on the left, they would say, Dave, you know, when these kids get out of college, the real world will show them what's what. But I think what we've now seen after the last 10 years is that the real world basically folded easier than a wet paper bag. You know, they got out into the real world and they somehow took over institutions. So you literally have giant publishing houses like Penguin Books or Simon & Schuster, where the inmates are running the asylum and junior editors get to decide what book is going to be published or not. So the real world, unfortunately, may already be down that path that you're talking about, where everything in essence will be ruined, except that a small group, I would say, of conservatives will just keep building different things and move to better states. And that's just how it'll be.
Support the First TV today and get instant access to exclusive specials like Who is Ron DeSantis, the history of FBI scandals, and America's worst presidents. Visit thefirsttv.com/support or download the First TV app to become a supporter and start watching today.